Someone out there is going through something right now that they are dreading, or they see something in front of them that they believe is an obstacle, and you're not sure exactly how you're going to get over it or get through it. And I just want to remind you that at some point we have to stop dreading it and start dreaming it. We have to stop looking at it as a negative, even though it's going to be a challenge. That's what I want to talk to you all about today. And again, I am speaking from experience. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the KimUnity Soulutions podcast, the only podcast that's inspiring leadership and humanity within and beyond the workplace. It is so good to be with you all today. I am your host, Kim the SME. As always, I am only speaking from my experiences. What are you dreading? What is it out there beyond your scope right now that you are trying to figure out? How am I going to make this happen? How am I going to get through it? How am I going to overcome it? I've been there on many occasions. And today, as I sit here and reflect, as I'm in my third season of the KimUnity Soulutions podcast, I'm thinking about all the challenges that got me to this moment. All of the sleepless nights that I had to go through, all of the toiling, all of the emails going back and forth, all of the pains and pain points, all of the challenging that I had to do. And I'm realizing that that's what gave me the experience to do what I'm doing now. Had I not gone through that, had I not been chosen to go through those tests, I wouldn't be the person that would be qualified and experienced to share my experiences with you of how I overcame those. And I want you to think of your situation just as that. You may be going through something right now that is propelling you for your purpose. It is propelling you for your destiny. It is building up the tools in your toolbox right now so that you can use on a later project that you have no knowledge of that will occur in the future. When you look at things from a different perspective, you're able to change your mood, change your outlook, change your approach, which in combination can actually change the outcome. Had I not gone through all of my challenges in the workplace, had I not had to challenge the status quo. And here's the thing. You can be going through something right now and thinking you're all alone or you're the only one going through it, only because the people that are right next to you are not. For example, when I was facing all of my challenges in corporate America, my friends and my cousins and everyone who I was close to, they were enjoying their jobs. They had great managers. They had great leaders. They had great mentors that were guiding them and giving them the tools. Whereas that was not my experience. I mean, I was struggling especially when I was trying to improve the environment, improve the processes, be innovative, give it all I had, you know? And you can listen to other podcasters, other hosts, and listen to them and hear how they advise you just to do the bare minimum. Or come in and go to work, girl. That's not your business. Just come in, do what they say, and go home. Because that's not your investment. But I took a different approach. I think it's just something that was in me. I treat my work, I take ownership of it. Last week, I just did an episode about the difference between being accountable, being held accountable, and taking ownership. And so that's what I wanted to do. If it was on my plate, I wanted to make sure that it was accurate. But when you do that and your management is not strong, your leadership is not strong, they may not be prepared for that role. They may take offense to that. They may think that your criticism or your willingness to go above and beyond means that they are not doing enough. They may be thinking in their mind that, oh goodness, I should have caught that. That should have been my idea. She is looking beyond what I see. And that's not the case at all. It could be a collaboration that involves changing your perspective, changing how you're seeing things, taking titles out of your everyday responsibilities, because it's really about the work. It's not about what comes behind your name, what title you have. Great ideas can come from anyone. There's children inventors. It's not, ideas are not limited to titles. My experiences in the workplace have prepared me and have given me the experience to be able to come on here and share that and share how I was able to emerge from that. How I was able to see leadership's frustrations as well as the frontline staff's frustrations and be able to build that bridge in between, to be the bridge, actually, to be the bridge between leadership and teams, between communities and residents, between members and organizations. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying this as an inspiration to you. What you are going through, the test that you are facing right now, may be the foundation of your book. May be the tools you're going to need to be able to help someone else in that situation. Maybe you're experiencing teen pregnancy or even geriatric pregnancy, right? When you get older and you start having, complications, or they perceive you may start having complications with your pregnancy. That is a struggle. Sometimes it's not expected. It wasn't planned. There are so many layoffs right now. Maybe you're going through a layoff and you're not sure how you're going to make ends meet. But you do have knowledge, you do have experiences. How can you use the tools that you have already sharpened? How can you help your neighbor? You are sitting on something right now that someone desperately needs, and sometimes don't know they need it. After the pandemic, we've become accustomed to living in our own silos and working from home and doing everything virtual and meeting on FaceTime and not really coming together, and also having shallower conversations, putting on a facade as if everything is perfect in our world and we're not going through anything. At what point can we be real with ourselves and share those experiences with others? That's how you find out who has needs that you're able to supply. It's time to turn that dread into dreams. Turn that pain into purpose. That is when your joy comes. You see, happiness comes from Happiness only comes from when things happen. It's temporary. It's every now and then. But your joy has to come from deeper. It has to be based on something solid. It has to be an in spite of feeling and not because something has just transpired for you to celebrate. No one's perfect. No one has it all the time, but it is a goal to strive for. It is something that we have to consciously think about. Yes, I can go through this list and write down everything that I need to work on improving, everything that's not going my way. But I can also write another list of things I'm thankful for, things that are working in my favor, things I have received assistance for, connections that have been made, ideas that have popped up in my dreams. I challenge you today to stop focusing on what you dread and start creating those dreams and making those dreams a reality. I was actually thinking about giving my whole origination story again about why I do what I do, who I am, going back to my first episodes. But really, I just wanted to give you a summary of what I had been through, or just a few examples, and just to share with you how just that snippet has brought me to where I am now, in hopes that you will reflect on your past experiences and see how that has brought you to where you are. How are you using it? And even if it's not for business, how are you sharing those experiences with their children so they can avoid it? We can sometimes keep those experiences to ourselves, whether it's from embarrassment or because it's something that you just want to put behind you. You need to share some of that so other people can avoid those experiences. My father used to tell me all the time, just certain things, make sure you don't do this and make sure you don't do this. I've learned from this. And it's important that as times change, you listen to that advice. Some may apply now, some of those rules may have changed now, but it's important for you to listen to it and apply it to where you see fit. If there are life lessons, okay, how can I apply this? How can I avoid what they went through? How can I set myself up for success? What's something they did that I need to carry forward? What's something I need to tell my children on how to proceed with so that they too can dream? So that will be one obstacle they don't have to go through. Just something for you to reflect on today. Turn that dread into dreams. You have no idea what you're sitting on. You have no idea on the impact you can be making in your family, in your community, in your workplace, or around the world. Leave a comment below. Share your story. Share an example of what you went through and how you're living it out today. Where did it prepare you for? That's what we have to start doing. Share it in the comments. Share this message with someone who is dealing with something right now and they need a positive outlook. They need another perspective. They need a new way of looking at it in order to get through to another day. It will be for your good. I am your host, Kim the SME. As always, you have been listening to the KimUnity Soulutions podcast. Turn that dread into a dream. Have a blessed one. Bye bye.